Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage, and today we're going to be working on this 32 Roadster drag car, old drag car that we found in Ohio. It has been off the track, out of the site since like the 50s, and we're going to start the process this winter of getting this thing fixed up and hopefully get it back drag racing with a flathead like it was back in the day. So today what we're going to do is kind of the easy part, is blowing the car all apart. The chassis needs to be blasted. There's a bunch of repairs on the chassis, some of the lips and different things that are rusty. So we need to get this all apart so we can send the chassis away to get blasted and start just looking at what we're going to need to tackle to repair the body as well and get this thing put back together for maybe next year. So let's get started. All right, so I have to try and take the steering apart first. I should take some photos.
Yeah.
So I can remember how it goes back together. Look at these little...
Those connecting rods?
They're connecting rods to like real... I mean, that's like an 1/8 inch piece of the thin steel to hold the whole steering.
Jeez. That's funny.
You're fine as long as you don't hit anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think just trying to turn
There ain't much there on
in the pits.
connecting rods.
You figure this thing steered pretty hard too because of the axles laid way back, and it's got a posi or a diff, not a posi.
Yeah.
Look at how much that flexes. Oh my God. They do have a brace back here, but the frame's rotten.
Yeah.
Not very good.
Those connecting rods are tiny.
Oh boy, I'm like bending the whole.
Yeah.
I think that rod is almost cracked. Oh shit. Ooh. Stuff has been on there. Not much left of that nut. I don't know if they... Wow. Okay, so now we can take the steering connecting rods. Go. And it did come off. Just there we go. You're gonna watch your hands. So chiseled at the end. Nope. There we go. Put that over in the other bay. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's totally rotted away down there. I think we'll need to revisit that. This one's pretty solid still. Oh! I didn't think it was coming, but... I got it. You got it? I think so. They just put the bolt and nut back on. right, so yesterday we got the body all braced and got it apart. We ended up having to cut the original floor that was very rotten anyways out because we had to get it around the roll bar because they kind of cut the floor and installed the roll bar. But you see we have the body all braced up, all welded to all the major points, so that way the body can be moved with no floors and very sketchy sub rails, rotted sub rails, no problem. Chassis here is, you can see everything that's going on, but the problems we're having is there's like spots like down there on the bottom edge where it sat and the moisture from sitting on the, you know, over grass or whatever over, you know, many years, and even here is a little pitted. So that's all going to be stuff I have to replace. We've done a bunch of these. So what we're going to work on now is getting this thing disassembled the rest of the way. I don't know if I'm going to cut the roll bar off yet or not. We'll make that decision shortly. And but we're going to get everything blown apart so it's just the chassis so we can take it and get it media blasted. The air is even on. Hey, buddy. There we go. What's up, my dog? Stuck together. There we go.
The other one is, I don't know what's happening with it. It's not, the bolt is not,
Gone.
yeah,
Totally rotted.
yep.
May have to cut the tie rod or something. Wow. I wonder if it rotted off or it was...
Yeah, I don't know.
Take some... Ooh. Now, this one's the... Wow. That's hard to believe. Okay. So, with the camera, I think we can just lift the frame off.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll carry it outside, set it down, and then we'll take it apart. You okay?
Yeah.
Hey, that was quick.
Yeah. Whoa. All taken apart.
Yep.
You can just roll them outside. There you go.
I carried a lot of bodies together. It's kind of wrap this. All right.
Yep.
Back open.
What do you think about this one, Moondog?
This one's gonna be loud and fast. You probably won't want to ride in this one, doggy.
Probably won't want to be around it when you fire it up either. All right, so you guys made pretty quick work of that.
Yeah, we taking them apart is always quicker than
Yeah.
putting them together. So luckily, this one being an old drag car, there was nothing to it. So surprisingly, it's funny when we take these cars apart, we can. It's kind of sad. We can a lot of times tell how nice the car was when it was parked outside. A lot of cases like this one, because there was some areas on this where I took some bolts out and there was like no bolt left. The nut had just rotted off, or the bolt had rotted off. And then on the other side, it was like it came off with hand tools and you thread it off by hand. It's like with your fingers. It's like crazy. So this frame was very much like that. You could tell where it was sitting. Maybe there's leaves or more moisture. And like, for instance, the passenger rear body mount, no rust, just loosened the nut up and took it off by hand. The other side, the nut was completely rotted off. So it's just however it was sitting. So most of the stuff surprisingly came off. We had to cut a couple of bolts, but it wasn't anything too crazy. I opted to leave the roll bar on for now rather than cut it out, because I want to be able to kind of take some better photos and measurements, so when I cut the stuff out to fix rust, we can replicate some of that. Obviously, the car is never going to race in any like sanctioned NHRA type stuff, so we could basically just put the roll bar back in for, you know, nostalgia's sake, but it's not really going to have to meet any major criteria. So we'll kind of copy what's going on there when we put it back in. But I'm going to leave it in for now. If my buddy that blasts everything, if he would prefer that out, I will cut it out. But I'm going to have the frame, the chassis all blasted. You could see that this thing has had a couple of motor mounts in it, so this one here was made so that it bolts in, but it looks like there is some sort of mounting that was over there, and this one was cut out completely. We know the engine was set way back. We know there was folk oil, that there was like a 429 or something that was bolted in this but never run in its last iteration, so to speak, but that engine was never in it. Supposedly it was always a flathead powered car. This, judging by the color of everything, this looks to be the original trans mount. So what we're probably going to do is, after we get the chassis all blasted, I get all the major structural repairs done, we'll probably bolt a flathead engine up, engine and trans, bolt the trans up here, and then see where the engine lands. I have a feeling it's going to land where those yellow cutoff mounts are, and that other one was probably something that was added. You also look at the tabs that are on the front of that, on the top of that. I don't know how that would work with a flathead specifically, necessarily. So I think what we'll do is probably that'll either get repurposed or removed completely, and we'll build other engine mounts. But I'm probably going to keep the engine set back as much as it was. It's going to stay an old nostalgia drag car, so we might as well leave it where it was. So we'll leave that there. Try to recreate the engine mounts the best we can. This steering mount setup is kind of sketch, but what was common for the area. Just take some flathead rods, weld them to some plate. There was a bar that was a support bar here that rotted off and is all loose here, so I will need to redo all that. I may change the steering, I don't know. The steering had the driver way down in the car to the point where it was basically like, you know, like where I'm sitting here, where your eyes were just above the cow. Pretty cool, but also like, I don't know, it might be hard to do like that. So I may make it so the steering's up just a little bit, so at least you're above the cow a little bit more than that. But I haven't decided yet. But we're gonna have to redo this because it's rusty and it's, you know, needs to be probably refined a little bit. The handbrake setup, we're probably gonna leave that. The bracketry's all there. You can see that they did a good job on this chassis. Whoever built this back in the day, they knew what they were doing. It has like nice bracing of everything. All the bracing that's for the roll bar even. They put some triangulated pieces here. Even inside the Model A cross member, they triangulated it there to brace it. So whoever actually built this, this wasn't just like some backyard person, or if they were doing it in a backyard, they kind of knew what they were building. So I imagine this car probably was pretty well engineered in its time. So we're gonna try and keep the chassis as true to what it was. Much like you guys remember when we did the Schroll car, that's a similar idea where I'm gonna try and keep it how it was, fix anything that's maybe a little questionable structurally, tongue twister. Any structural issues we're going to take care of.
That's better.
Because I can't say that word. So that's the plan with that on this. So we'll get the frame all blasted, and then I'll fix any major rust or rot that's on the edges and different things like that, clean it all up.
Spots like that.
Yeah, spots like that. This is pretty normal. This is what happens when they sit outside or sit in damp areas. That bottom flange always rots. Luckily, all the side portions of the frame
And the top.
and the top, for the most part, is pretty good. There's some little spots here they may need to be addressed, but we can take care of all that stuff pretty easily. I'm going to check squareness of the frame. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that they built this thing fairly square and it's not diamond or anything like that, but we'll find out. Fingers crossed it's good. We'll get it on the chassis table once it's blasted, and if I have to cut apart the cross members to fix anything, we will, but hopefully it's not. Body-wise, needs a little more help. The sub rails, again, probably was a pretty clean car, but it sat and got wet. So this sub rail on this side up front here is actually pretty darn good.
It's actually almost decent the whole way back.
Yeah, to like here, where they had the roll bar. But that side's pretty bad. That, you know, on the driver's side all the way back is really rotten. So the floor we cut out because it was in the way. I got new sub rails front to back for this that are like Brookville sub rails that we scored at Carlisle. So probably I'm gonna do, we braced everything up obviously earlier when we first started this, and then like normal we're gonna put this up on the lift. I'll probably plasma cut or Sawzall, carefully extract all the original sub rails, and then we're going to build the sub rails on the chassis table. Hey, can you guys not fucking talk while we're filming? That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Chassis table.
You leave that in the video.
Maybe.
Every time. All right, so we're gonna put it up on the lift. We're gonna carefully extract all the sub rails. Then we will build the sub rails on the chassis table, get it all welded so it's square, fits the frame, everything's good. Then we'll just slide the body down over the sub rails in the chassis. That way we know everything fits. The great thing about this body is it doesn't need the doors to open and shut. Normally you have to worry about door gaps and all those panel fitment. That's just a suggestion here. It's just sheet metal screws like holding everything together. So we're going to do that. We're just going to leave them alone and just treat it like that, and we're just going to put everything back together. So as long as we get the sub rails in and the body's fairly square, and the chassis square, we don't have to worry about door fitment because you're just going to jump over the doors and get in this thing. So very excited to start on this. I haven't decided if we're going to leave it like patina as a shitty old race car or if we're going to clean it up and paint it again. It's on that borderline of somebody spray painted back here, which is kind of a bummer. I don't know if I'm going to be able to remove that with the white spray bomb, but we will see what happens.
And the frame is kind of yellow.
I don't love the yellow. I mean, that's obviously, it was yellow. Well, I was hoping it was maybe white underneath of some of that. It was yellow. I don't really love the yellow because it's like Ronald McDonald colors we have going on there with red and, you know, chrome. And so I don't know yet. We might spray a white. We might spray a yellow again and just keep it how it was. I don't know, but
White, we're gonna paint it white.
it'll probably go back. It'll probably be white. I don't know yet. We might use some creative license, but the Calibrand quick change seems in decent shape. Although I just checked that all out. Front axles just a little crusty, but I think if we take everything apart, clean it, do all that, we can put new tie rod ends and bearings and kingpin bushings, all that, and be good. So normal process. So that'll be a winter project. The nice thing is we can kind of jump around on this. I can do a little bit of work to the chassis, and then we can kind of jump around. But we've got the process down. I've got the process down now. So I think we can turn this car around pretty quickly. I don't know if we'll be actually able to, you know, run it next year, but I think we can get this thing solid and back on as a roller again and go from there. We have an engine upstairs already for it, so we have all the pieces to make a fun car.
We're gonna put this on top of the office next week, so it's out of the way.
We might. It'll be fun. It's kind of
there's not a Roadster up there right
we
now.
need to put another 32 Roadster up there. So that's probably the plan. Put this away until it's done getting blasted and the chassis is all fixed, and then we'll pull the body out and go from there. But just trying to juggle lots of projects, and at least if we get this started while we're waiting on other things to happen, we have other things moving at one time. But the little Lost Ohio drag car is under progress, and we can start moving forward with saving another one. So thank you guys for following along. Appreciate it. Catch you later.